Historically black colleges began popping up before the end of slavery, and for almost 2 centuries have produced some of the brightest black minds in the world. Here are the 10 craziest facts I bet you didn't know about HBCUs. 10. Virginia Union University and the Devil's Half Acre. Virginia Union University stands as a testament to the resilience and determination of black educators and students during a tumultuous period in American history. Established in 1865 in Richmond, Virginia, shortly after the end of the Civil War, Virginia Union emerged. At the heart of the university's history lies the infamous Devil's Half Acre. The Devil's Half Acre is the nickname for Lumpkin's Jail, a slave breeding farm and holding facility in Richmond, Virginia. Located 3 blocks from the state capitol building, the name comes from the enslaved people who referred to the jail as such. From that hell rose Mary Lumpkin. Mary lived in the jail and was forced to have the children of a slave trader. She eventually freed herself and her children and transformed the jail into one of the nation's first HBCUs. As an educator and activist, Mary Lumpkin played a pivotal role in transforming an area known for its poverty and crime into a vibrant center of black culture and education. Today, Virginia Union University stands as a beacon of academic excellence and social justice, continuing its legacy and empowering black students and serving as a catalyst for positive change in the community. And while the physical landscape of Devil's Half Acre has evolved over the years, the jail is now the largest African American burial ground, with around 200,000 people buried there. Make sure you hit those subscribe, like, and share buttons. 9. The price of a dream is $1.50. What could you buy with $1.50? A bottle of water, a bag of potato chips, maybe a school? Mary McLeod Bethune, a pioneering educator and civil rights leader, left an indelible mark on American history through her tireless efforts to advance the cause of education and equality. In 1904, with just $1.50 in her pocket and a steadfast belief in the power of education, Bethune funded what would later become Bethune-Cookman University in Daytona Beach, Florida. Bethune founded the Daytona Normal and Industrial Institute, a school for black girls that gave Florida students the tools they needed to become community leaders. She initially had 6 students, 5 girls aged 6 to 12, and her son Albert. In the early days of the school, the students made ink for pens from elderberry juice and pencils from burned wood. They asked local businesses for furniture. Bethune wrote later, "I considered cash money as the smallest part of my resources. I had faith in a loving God, faith in myself, and a desire to serve." The school received donations of money, equipment, and labor from local black churches. Within a year, Bethune was teaching over 30 girls at the school. In 1931, Miss Bethune's all-girls school merged with the Cookman Institute, an all-boys school, forming the Bethune-Cookman College, a co-educational junior college. Today, Bethune-Cookman University stands as a testament to Mary McLeod Bethune's enduring legacy and vision. With a diverse student body and a commitment to academic excellence, social justice, and community engagement, Bethune-Cookman continues to provide transformative educational opportunities to students from all backgrounds. Mary McLeod Bethune was able to secure huge donations and financial backing from many wealthy Americans, including John D. Rockefeller. Mr. Rockefeller also had a hand in building the next HBCU on our list. 8. Spelman and the Rockefellers. Spelman College, a prestigious institution for women of color located in Atlanta, Georgia, owes much of its success and longevity to the generous support of the Rockefeller family. Founded in 1881 as the Atlanta Baptist Female Seminary, Spelman initially struggled financially until it caught the attention of John D. Rockefeller Sr. and his wife, Laura Spelman Rockefeller. First founded in 1881 as the Atlanta Baptist Female Seminary in the basement of Friendship Baptist Church in Atlanta, Georgia, by 2 teachers, Harriet E. Giles and Sophia B. Packard. The 2 of them set out specifically to start a school for black freed women. Giles and Packard began the school with 11 African American women. Although their first students were mostly illiterate, over time, they attracted more students. By the time the first term ended, they had enrolled 80 students in the seminary. However, for the first few years, the ambitious school survived on generous donations from the black community in Atlanta, including volunteer teachers and monetary donations. However, accumulating debt on the school's property. All that changed in 1882, when Giles and Packard were introduced to business titan John D. Rockefeller. After visiting the school, Rockefeller was impressed by the women's vision and what they had already accomplished with so little that he settled all of their debts. His wife, Laura Spelman, and her sister, Lucy Spelman, became very active and supportive of the school's efforts. And in 1884, the school's name was changed to the Spelman Seminary. Through its rigorous academic programs, innovative research initiatives, and vibrant campus community, Spelman College remains dedicated to upholding this founder's legacy and serving as a beacon of hope and opportunity for future generations. The university's historic ties to the Rockefeller family serve as a constant reminder of the transformative power of education and the importance of investing in the future of women of color. We love making content for our subscribers, and if you love our content, consider becoming an exclusive member of our team. Just click that join button. 7. General Oliver Otis Howard's vision. Shortly after the end of the American Civil War, members of the First Congressional Society of Washington considered higher levels of education for black clergymen. Within weeks of deliberation, they decided to establish a university focusing on liberal arts and medicine. That university would be named Howard University, named after War Union Army General Oliver Otis Howard, a war hero from the Civil War. General Howard served as a commissioner for the Freedmen's Bureau and also president of the university. Today, Howard University stands as a symbol of academic excellence and social justice, continuing Oliver Otis Howard's legacy of providing educational opportunities to African Americans and other marginalized communities. With a diverse student body, renowned faculty, and a commitment to scholarship, leadership, and service, Howard University remains dedicated to fostering intellectual curiosity, cultural awareness, and civic engagement among its students. Through its rigorous academic programs, groundbreaking research initiatives, and vibrant campus life, Howard University continues to uphold its founding principles of equality, justice, and opportunity for all. The university's historic ties to Oliver Otis Howard serve as a constant reminder of the transformative power of education and the enduring legacy of those who strive to make a difference in the world. Our next story takes us down south and has connections to General Otis Howard as well. 6. Pioneering Visions, Morehouse and Clark Atlanta. This one is truly fascinating. Reverend William Jefferson White was an educator and abolitionist who fought for the rights of those enslaved and free. His father was white and his mom was black and Native American, but Reverend William White could pass as white. Reverend White secretly operated a night school. Then, in 1867, he was appointed an educational agent of the Freedmen's Bureau by none other than General Otis Howard. That same year, he helped establish the Augusta Institute, which was conceived in order to educate newly freed slaves. That institute would later evolve into Morehouse College, one of the nation's premier historically black colleges. In 1865, Atlanta University was founded by two illiterate ex-slaves, James Tate and Grandison B. Daniels. The school was officially chartered in 1867 with the assistance of the Freedmen's Bureau, Otis Howard, and his newly appointed education agent, Reverend White. But what makes this story even more fascinating, Reverend William J. White and Atlanta University co-founder James Tate were half-brothers. Atlanta University would consolidate with another historically black college, Clark College, in 1998, forming Clark Atlanta. Today, Morehouse College and Clark Atlanta University stand as beacons of academic excellence and social justice, continuing the legacy of two brothers in providing educational opportunities for African Americans. 5. The Philadelphia Heiress and Xavier University. Xavier University of Louisiana is a historically black Catholic university located in New Orleans and is the only historically black Catholic college in the nation. It is also the first Catholic university to be founded by a saint. Catherine Drexel was born into a wealthy family in 1858. Her family owned a considerable banking fortune. Her uncle, Anthony Joseph Drexel, founded Drexel University in Philadelphia. The Drexels were very wealthy, but they grew up in a highly religious and charitable environment. Catherine Drexel was urged to become a missionary and to realize her desire to help the Native American and African American population. In 1891, she founded the Congregation of the Sisters of the Blessed Sacrament for Indians and Colored People. One of the main focuses of the congregation was serving the poor black communities in the southern parts of America. In 1915, Mother Catherine moved to New Orleans in an effort to open the way for the education of black youth in the city. This led to the purchase of the old Southern University site and establishing Xavier High School, later known as Xavier Preparatory School. She financed more than 60 missions and schools around the United States, as well as founding Xavier University of Louisiana, the only historically black and Catholic university in the United States. Because of her many efforts, Mother Catherine was beatified by Pope John Paul II in 1988, then canonized in 2000, officially declaring her a saint. Today, Xavier University of Louisiana stands as a testament to Catherine Drexel's enduring legacy and commitment to educational equity and opportunity. The university's historic ties to Catherine Drexel serve as a constant reminder of the transformative power of education and the importance of using one's privilege and resources to create positive change in the world. 4. The first HBCU. Cheyney University of Pennsylvania holds a storied place in American history as the nation's first historically black college or university. Founded in 1837 as the Institute for Colored Youth, Cheyney emerged from the vision and dedication of noted philanthropist Richard Humphreys, who bequeathed funds to establish a school for the education of African American youth. Richard Humphreys was a Quaker, which is a denomination of the Christian faith. Many Quakers were abolitionists, and Richard became concerned about the struggles of free people of color to make a living and gain education in a discriminatory society. News of a race riot against free African Americans in Cincinnati, Ohio, in 1829, inspired Humphreys to bequeath money in his will for higher education for free blacks. Today, Cheyney University continues to uphold its legacy of providing access to higher education for African American students and promoting academic excellence, cultural awareness, and social responsibility. With a commitment to scholarship, leadership, and service, Cheyney prepares its students to excel in their chosen fields and become leaders in their communities and beyond. Through its rigorous academic programs, vibrant campus life, and emphasis on diversity and inclusion, Cheyney University remains a beacon of hope and opportunity for students from diverse backgrounds. The university's historic status as the first HBCU in America serves as a constant reminder of its pioneering spirit and enduring commitment to educational equality and social justice. 3. The first university of inclusivity. At the end of slavery, freedmen and women mostly found themselves looking to find footholds within America. For centuries, many African Americans were denied access to education, but in the heart of one of the most racist states of that time, rose the first university to shatter every barrier of entry to welcome students, Claflin University. Founded in 1869 in Orangeburg, South Carolina, Claflin University is the first HBCU founded in South Carolina and also was the first university to embrace a policy of welcoming students of all genders, ethnicities, and religions. After the Civil War, Alonzo Webster, a Methodist missionary, founded Claflin with a commitment to providing educational opportunities for formerly enslaved individuals. Claflin has remained true to its founding principles of inclusivity and diversity throughout its history. Today, Claflin University continues to uphold its legacy of inclusivity and diversity, providing a supportive and nurturing environment where students from all backgrounds can thrive academically, personally, and professionally. With a focus on academic excellence, leadership development, and social responsibility, Claflin prepares its students to become engaged citizens and leaders in a global society. 2. From one room to a full campus. One common thread among anything that grows is that it starts out small. From an oak tree that started as a seed to a multi-billion-dollar company that started in the garage, including a historically black college that has produced some of the most notable figures in modern history. It started with just one classroom, one teacher, and 25 students. Winston-Salem State University traces its origins back to 1892, when it was founded as the Slater Industrial Academy, a modest one-room school, named after John F. Slater, a philanthropist dedicated to the education of African Americans. The academy aimed to provide vocational and industrial training to its students in post-Civil War North Carolina. Over the years, it slowly became Winston-Salem University, a university that has produced the likes of Stephen A. Smith, Earl the Pearl Monroe, and Louis Farrakhan. Today, Winston-Salem State University stands as a testament to the transformative power of education and the resilience of its founder's vision. With a rich history of academic excellence, community engagement, and social justice advocacy, WSSU continues to empower students from diverse backgrounds to achieve their full potential and make meaningful contributions to society. Through its comprehensive academic programs, cutting-edge research initiatives, and vibrant campus life, WSSU remains committed to fostering a culture of innovation, inclusion, and excellence. The university's humble beginnings at Slater Industrial Academy serve as a reminder of its roots and a source of inspiration for its ongoing commitment to serving the needs of its students and the broader community. 1. The first black-owned HBCU. In the annals of American history, few institutions carry the weight of significance and resilience quite like the Wilberforce University. Established in 1856, Wilberforce holds the distinction of being the first historically black college and university to be owned and operated by black people. This groundbreaking achievement not only revolutionized the landscape of higher education, but also symbolized a pivotal moment in the fight for black empowerment and self-determination. Wilberforce University emerged during a tumultuous era marked by slavery, racial oppression, and the fervent pursuit of freedom. Founded by the African Methodist Episcopal Church, Wilberforce was envisioned as a beacon of enlightenment and empowerment for black Americans. However, what set Wilberforce apart was its status as a university owned and controlled by black individuals, a rarity in society dominated by white supremacy. At its core, Wilberforce represented a radical departure from the prevailing norms of its time. While other institutions of higher learning upheld segregation and exclusionary practices, Wilberforce stood as a bastion of inclusivity and Black leadership. By placing ownership in the hands of the Black community, Wilberforce shattered the barriers that limited access to education and economic opportunity for generations. Beyond its role in education, Wilberforce served as a vibrant cultural and intellectual hub for the Black community. Through its curriculum, extracurricular activities, and community outreach initiatives, Wilberforce cultivated a sense of unity and purpose among its students. From hosting renowned scholars and activists to organizing grassroots movements for social justice, Wilberforce became a rallying point for those committed to advancing the cause of Black liberation. Today, Wilberforce University stands as a testament to the enduring legacy of Black excellence and achievement. From its humble beginnings to its present-day prominence, Wilberforce continues to inspire and empower students from diverse backgrounds to reach their full potential. Through its unwavering commitment to academic excellence, social justice, and community engagement, Wilberforce remains a shining example of the transformative power of education and ownership.
Who's the real HU?
Howard University is the real HU.
Hampton University.
Howard University, for sure.
HU, you know?
Who is the real HU? Join us as we dive into the fierce, friendly rivalry between Howard University and Hampton University. Before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe and notification button. From epic football showdowns to iconic alumni, find out what fuels this age-old battle and why it's more than just bragging rights. Get ready to discover who truly reigns supreme in the ultimate clash of the HBCUs. Two historic powerhouses, one legendary question. Who is the real HU? It depends. Are you walking through the chocolate city when you ask the question? Or are you further down the Mason-Dixon line? Whether you're an HBCU alum or not, you have an opinion about the mighty Howard and Hampton universities. But did you know that both universities were founded by Civil War generals? Howard University was founded on March 2nd, 1867 in Washington, D.C. by Washington War General Oliver O. Howard, who was also the commissioner of the Freedmen's Bureau. Howard University was established in the aftermath of the Civil War during the Reconstruction era to provide education to African Americans, particularly freed slaves, who had been systemically denied educational opportunities. The university was envisioned as a place where Black Americans could receive a comprehensive education, ranging from elementary to professional schooling. Initially, Howard University began as a theological seminary that trained African American clergymen. However, it quickly expanded its mission to include a liberal arts education and professional programs. By the end of its first year, it had enrolled over 150 students and offered courses in various disciplines. In 1868, the university opened its medical department, which is one of the first of its kind to admit Black students. However, in this friendly rivalry, we can say Howard University is the first HU. Down in the heart of Virginia, Hampton University was founded a year later, in 1868, by General Samuel Chapman Armstrong. General Armstrong was a Union Army officer and head of the Freedmen's Bureau in Virginia. He established the university in Hampton, Virginia, because he was inspired by his work with freed slaves and his belief in the transformative power of education. In its early years, Hampton focused on teaching vocational skills and providing basic education to former slaves. The curriculum included manual labor, moral education, and academic subjects, reflecting Armstrong's belief in the Hampton model of education, which emphasized self-help, discipline, and practical skills. Both men envisioned their institutions as places where newly freed African Americans could receive practical education and training. Both universities made it their point to prepare African American students for self-sufficiency and leadership within their communities. Historically Black colleges and universities, better known as HBCUs, are hubs for Black culture. These institutions, which span over the country, have produced some of the brightest and best among the Black community. And two of the greatest producers are Howard and Hampton. Howard University is responsible for such forces as Chadwick Boseman, Kamala Harris, Toni Morrison, Zora Neale Hurston, and David Driscoll. Hampton has birthed game changers such as Ruth E. Carter, Wanda Sykes, Mary Jackson, and NBA Hall of Famer Rick Mahorn. Many refer to Howard University as the Black Harvard. The mighty university has had a profound impact on Black Americans since its inception. Howard became a central institution for the education and advancement of African Americans, producing many of the nation's black doctors, lawyers, educators, and other professionals. Its existence offered a beacon of hope and a tangible path for social mobility and empowerment for African Americans during periods of intense racial discrimination and segregation. Howard has been pivotal as a breeding ground and meeting place for just about every major black movement, including the Civil Rights Movement. Many of his students and faculty members were actively involved in the fight for racial equality. The university's law school was instrumental in changing segregation laws and other forms of institutional racism. Some of the university's most notable contributions came from the students and staff who came through their law school. One of those professors was Charles Hamilton Houston. Charles was a towering figure in the fight for civil rights in America. As a lawyer, educator, and civil rights activist, Houston laid the groundwork for the dismantling of segregation and the advancement of equality. A native Washingtonian, after becoming the first black editor of the Harvard Law Review, Charles Hamilton brought his expertise to Howard, joining the university's School of Law in 1929. At Howard, he transformed the law school into a powerhouse for civil rights advocacy, training a generation of black lawyers dedicated to challenging segregation and discrimination. Among his students was Thurgood Marshall, who would later become the first African-American Supreme Court justice. Under his leadership, Howard became ground zero for the architects that created a legal strategy that culminated in the landmark Supreme Court decision in Brown v. Board of Education in 1954, which declared state laws establishing separate public schools for black and white students as unconstitutional. Professor Charles Hamilton Houston is often referred to as the man who killed Jim Crow, and he did most of the work on Howard's campus. Want to see more HBCU content? Let us know in the comments below. Howard University's impact on the civil rights movement extended beyond the courtroom. Stokely Carmichael, a prominent figure in the Black Power movement, was a product of Howard University. The campus itself was a hotbed of activism, hosting rallies, meetings, and speeches by prominent civil rights leaders. Carmichael, later known as Kwame Ture, was a leader in the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. He voiced his advocacy for racial pride, economic empowerment, and the creation of political and cultural institutions for black people. Howard has a storied history of being a cultural and intellectual hub for black Americans. It has been a center for black scholarship, culture, and political thought, influencing the broader African American community and the nation. But don't get it twisted. Hampton has been putting in work for the rights of all people too. The mighty Hampton University has a historically significant role in black American activism. One of Hampton's most famous alumni is Booker T. Washington. A name that is synonymous with perseverance, education, and leadership, Booker T. Washington was one of the most influential African American figures of the late 19th and early 20th centuries. He was also one of the most impactful people of his time, including being an advisor to multiple presidents. Born into slavery, Booker T. Washington's educational journey began at Hampton, which at the time was known as the Hampton Normal and Agricultural Institute. It was the institute's emphasis on practical skills and moral character that deeply influenced Washington's future educational philosophy. At Hampton, and throughout his secondary education, Washington grew to believe that economic self-reliance and practical education were the keys to improving the lives of African Americans. With that philosophy intact, Booker T. Washington went on to be a founder at another historically black college, the Tuskegee Institute in Tuskegee, Alabama. Booker T. Washington's lasting impact was molded during his time at the mighty Hampton University. Other impactful voices for the fight for equality rose from the campus as well. Figures such as Ruth J. Simmons, who went on to become the first African-American president of an Ivy League institution at Brown University, and Alonzo G. Moran, who served as a president of Hampton and was an advocate for civil rights and social justice. Simmons and Moran were among the university students who were at the forefront of civil rights activism. They helped organize and participated in protests, sit-ins, and freedom rides, often collaborating with students from other historically black colleges and universities. These activities were part of a larger movement to challenge segregation and demand equal rights. Hampton University also played a crucial role through the Hampton University Ministers Conference, which has been held annually since 1914. This conference brought together African American clergy from across the country, serving as a platform for discussing civil rights issues and strategies for social change. The university hosted several prominent civil rights leaders, including Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who visited the campus and spoke to students and faculty. These visits were significant in galvanizing the university community and connecting Hampton to the broader national movement for civil rights. Both universities have continuously served as hubs for advocacy, a meeting place for the greatest young black minds to gather, plot, and plan. A place where higher education, black excellence, and culture collides. Both HUs have served as a breeding ground for local advocacy, intellectual grappling, and the development of guiding principles for those who will go on to lead the minds of many. Now, what about the fun stuff? Who has the best homecoming? The best band? Those questions alone could start friendly squabbling. But let's take it there, starting with sports. The rivalry between Howard University and Hampton University is both storied and multifaceted. Rooted in their shared missions of empowering African American communities through education, this rivalry spans athletic competitions, academic achievements, and cultural significance. Despite their competitive spirit, both institutions play crucial roles in uplifting and supporting each other. Athletic competitions, particularly in football and basketball, are a significant aspect of the rivalry between Howard and Hampton. Known as the Battle of the Real HU, these games draw large crowds and foster a sense of pride and camaraderie among students, alumni, and supporters. The football rivalry is especially intense, with games often held during homecoming events, adding to the excitement and the spectacle. These matchups are highly anticipated and celebrated, showcasing the athletic talents of both universities. Their on-field rivalry dates back to 1908, when Hampton won 6-0. Overall, the two storied programs have met 98 times, with Hampton beating Howard 56 of those times. Historically, Hampton has produced better on-the-field talent. The Hampton Pirates have claimed 7 national titles and have produced numerous players who have gone on to have successful NFL careers. On the hardwood, the games between Howard and Hampton are also major events. Both the Pirates and Bisons have broken through against their NCAA foes, even making splashes during March Madness. Howard has been to the tourney 4 times, Hampton has broken through 6 times, and in 2001, they shocked America when, as a number 15 seed, they upset number 2 seed Iowa State. Share this video with 5 HBCU alums. Okay, enough small talk. Now, what about homecoming? Both schools have a reputation for going hard in the classroom and going equally hard when it's time to party. From legendary celebrity appearances to traditions, if you've ever been to an HU homecoming, you know the vibes. If not, each school has something for you. Howard's homecoming is more than just a tradition. It's a celebration of Black excellence, unity, and resilience. It's a time to honor the past, celebrate the present, and inspire the future. Whether you're an alum, a student, or a supporter, Howard Homecoming is an unforgettable experience that captures the heart and soul of this illustrious institution. Every fall, a magical transformation takes place at Howard University. Alumni return, students unite, and the campus buzzes with an unparalleled energy. This is Howard Homecoming, an event steeped in history, tradition, and the celebration of Black excellence. Every year, it is estimated that over 100,000 people descend on Washington, D.C. just to attend the festivities at the historical institution. The tradition of homecoming at Howard dates back to the early 20th century, with the first officially recorded homecoming celebration taking place in 1924. Initially, it was a way to bring alumni back to campus, reconnect with their alma mater, and support the university's football team. Over the years, it evolved into a week-long series of events that attract thousands of participants from across the globe. The Battle of the HU football game is the centerpiece of the homecoming celebrations. Fans pack the stands to cheer on the Bison, creating an electrifying atmosphere that exemplifies school spirit and unity. Beyond the stands is the legendary Yard Fest. Walking the Yard is a huge piece of Howard tradition. Walking the Yard for alum is a form of self-care, a rekindling of the roots laid down during their formative years, and a reminder of the vibrant culture they represent. At any given time, you can see celebrities among the masses, going mostly unbothered as they fall into the crowd of Black love if they aren't performing. Past legendary performers include the Notorious B.I.G., Jay-Z, and Drake. The week continues with major cultural events like the fashion and step shows. The Crampton Auditorium, which only holds 1,500, tries to house as many of these events as possible, but good luck getting in. These events not only entertain, but also honor the university's commitment to excellence and innovation. Howard Homecoming also emphasizes giving back. Community service events, panels, and discussions on social justice and empowerment are integral parts of the week, reflecting on the university's mission to create positive change. Now, just 3 hours down south, Hampton knows how to celebrate everyone coming home too. Hampton's homecoming is more than just a tradition. It's a celebration of legacy, unity, and excellence. It's a time to honor the past, celebrate the present, and inspire the future. Whether you're an alum, student, or a supporter, Hampton Homecoming is an unforgettable experience that embodies the heart and soul of this illustrious institution. Hampton Homecoming is not just a week of festivities, it's a celebration of heritage, excellence, and unity. It's a time where the Hampton family comes together to honor their alma mater and celebrate the accomplishments of the past, present, and future. Homecoming at Hampton is renowned for its diverse and dynamic lineup of events. From the spirited football games to the elegant coronation of Miss Hampton, each activity reflects the rich culture and vibrant spirit of the university. The football game is at the heart of homecoming celebrations. Known for its competitive edge and high-energy atmosphere, the game brings together students, alumni, and fans to cheer on the Pirates. One of the biggest attractions of any Hampton homecoming is an appearance by their band, the Marching Force, or simply The Force. Hampton's The Force consists of some of the baddest drum majors and auxiliary performances on the planet, and during homecoming, they surely put their best foot forward. And of course, Hampton fields their own Yard Fest that highlights homecoming week, featuring performances by top artists and showcasing student talent. Yard Fest is a lively celebration that captures the essence of Hampton's cultural vibrancy. Highlighted by step shows put on by Black fraternities, the Yard always proves to be a place of high energy and communion for current and past students alike. The term rivalry cannot be thrown out there without the word friendly. These two historical institutions have never been enemies. They act as pillars in furthering the advancement of Black Americans. Historically, the two universities have always been allies. Howard University and Hampton University exemplify the strength and resilience of HBCUs. Through collaboration, they empower each other, enhance their educational experience, and contribute to the broader mission of uplifting the Black community. Their partnership is a testament to the enduring legacy of HBCUs and their vital role in shaping the future. Howard and Hampton share a common mission: to provide high-quality education, foster leadership, and promote social justice. Their collaborative efforts span across various domains, from academic partnerships to cultural exchanges. Academic collaboration is a cornerstone of their relationship. Both universities often participate in joint research initiatives, academic conferences, and symposiums, creating platforms for intellectual exchange and innovation. These collaborations not only enhance the academic experience for students and faculty, but also contribute to the advancement of knowledge in various fields. Cultural events and student exchanges are also integral to their partnership. Students from Howard and Hampton frequently engage in joint cultural festivals, workshops, and community service projects. These interactions foster mutual understanding, build lasting friendships, and strengthen the sense of unity within the HBCU community. The influence of Howard and Hampton extends beyond their campuses, thanks to their powerful alumni networks. Notable alumni from both universities often collaborate with various initiatives, from business ventures to social justice campaigns. Networking events and alumni associations facilitate these connections, fostering a spirit of cooperation and mutual support. Community service and social justice are central to the missions of both Howard and Hampton. Joint community service projects and social justice initiatives allow students, faculty, and alumni to work together to address pressing issues and effect positive change. These collaborative efforts amplify their impact, demonstrating the power of unity in the fight for equality and justice. The historic rivalry between Howard University and Hampton University is a dynamic and multifaceted relationship that encompasses athletic competitions, academic achievements, and cultural significance. While their competitive spirit fuels intense matchups and spirited debates, both institutions share a common mission for empowering African Americans through education and community engagement. Through collaboration, mutual inspiration, and supportive networks, Howard and Hampton continue to uplift and strengthen each other, contributing to the enduring legacy of HBCUs in the United States. But just for fun, who do you believe is the real HU?